This is to call to order the Signal Mountain Town Council meeting for Monday, November 8th, 2021. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And we have a treat tonight. We have Stacy Seals, the fire department's chaplain here. So rather than doing a moment of silence, I will ask Mr. Seals to do an invocation. Actually, I don't know. Yeah. If you don't mind, thank you.
Our Father, our awesome God, as we come to you right now, we praise you for another privilege to be able to gather. And Lord, as this town council meeting begins, and Father, as these take charge, we pray that you would just be in the guidance to each and every one of us here tonight. Lord, may the things that are necessary and to be done that would be under your leadership, Lord, that you would guide in each and every endeavor. Lord, I pray tonight be with our men and women in uniform, Lord, our own battlefields, and here amongst us today, our policemen and our firemen. Father, we pray that you just be with them and their families and strengthen them and guide us. Father God, in this service tonight, we'll give you praise. I ask it all in thy precious and holy name. Amen.
Thank you very much. Carol, could we have the roll call, please?
Vice Mayor Susanna Murdoch.
Here.
Councilmember Vicki Anderson.
Here.
Councilmember Elizabeth Baker.
Here.
Councilmember Andrew Gardner.
Here.
Mayor Charles Poss.
Here. Okay, we don't have any minutes to approve. We'll go straight to the citizens' opportunity to address the council. Do we have anyone who would like to address the council tonight?
Ann Haygood, 506 James Boulevard. I'd just like to thank the MAC for providing a table for the tree board at the holiday market on Saturday. The market was really well attended. We got to talk with lots of people about hemlock conservation for our task force. Art teacher Val Gibson had helped us make up some little ornaments, and we provided those as a thank you for those who gave a donation for hemlock conservation. We also provided information about Tennessee Smart Yards, which is a new initiative from the state encouraging people to plant natives, manage their stormwater runoff, et cetera. And I'm hopeful we can really get the town residents started on that kind of thinking, where we try to use all of our yard materials on site instead of putting them at the curb to get picked up. Would be great for our environment. Anyway, thanks to everyone for that.
Thank you. And thank you for providing us with these lovely ornaments. Next.
Just Dick Graham, 405 James Boulevard. I just wanted to give you a quick update on the MAC, let you know what's been going on. As Ann said, we had a really successful holiday market on Saturday. We had over 400 people, which we consider a pretty good success in this day and time. We also raised for the MAC about $1,400 out of that effort. And we got a lot of good comments about the building, about the programs. A lot of people were there that had not been in the building for years. So it was quite a change for them to come in and see it. The vendors were all happy with it, the way it turned out. They were happy with the money they made, and all of them want to come back next year. And we hope to expand it next year, maybe make it twice the size it was this time. We also finally completed the radio plays that we started 20 months ago. Tried twice during that 20 months to present them, and both times had to shut down. But after 20 months, we finally presented the plays. The attendance was not as great as we had hoped it would be, but we had a lot of people there nonetheless, and they were happy to see the plays. Well, they may also be broadcast on WTC. I've sent the recordings down, and they're going to see if they can work them in their schedule somehow, and that'll be some good publicity for the MAC to get that kind of thing on. Also on this past Saturday night, after the holiday market, we had the Briars, Randy Steele and Mike Crowder played a concert, and decent attendance to that. Glad to see our mayor showed up for that one and attended there. On November 12th, this week, we have Nicholas Edward Williams playing, and he will have playing with him Gordon Inman, who's one of our teachers, Cody Ray, Jade Watts, and Emma DeBose. And tickets are $10 for this, and their music is characterized as Americana roots music. He'll also be having a CD release at that. On December 4th, from 4 to 7 will be our town tree lighting. And of course, Santa Claus will be there if you want to get your photos taken with Santa. We'll have a dinner available for purchase and music and dance performances from the students at the MAC. And we'll have the whole place decorated with lights, not just the tree. We're really doing quite an extensive lighting system around the MAC this year. On December 11th and 12th, Peggy Douglas will present her play, A Stroll Down Holiday Lane. And this is about all the holidays that are being celebrated right now, not just Christmas. And there are an amazing number of holidays this time of year. So that'll be a good thing to come see. And there's no admission fee, but we do ask for donations. Also, the Signal Mountain Playhouse is having auditions for their winter play, The Games Afoot, and those will be held at the MAC on November 21st and 22nd. And there'll be various recitals during the month of December from various classes that are held at the MAC. So that's what's happening at the MAC in the coming month. Hope you all can attend.
All right. Thanks for the update. Is there anyone else who'd like to address the council? Okay. We will move on to the resolutions. Normally I just read the heading, but I'm going to go ahead and read this entire resolution. And this is a resolution recognizing and honoring town employees who are veterans of the United States Armed Forces. And we have certificates up here for you. And maybe if you're here, you can come pick them up when I read your name. So, whereas for more than 200 years, individuals from all walks of life have taken up arms and sworn an oath to support and defend the principles upon which our country was founded. And whereas throughout our history, courageous men and women have donned the uniform of our armed forces and built a noble tradition of faithful and dedicated service to our nation. And whereas Veterans Day has been set aside as both a national and state holiday to honor the millions of American patriots who answered the call of duty, preserving our freedoms and often making the ultimate sacrifice. And whereas we can never fully repay our debt of gratitude to those heroic men and women who served, were wounded, or even died in battle. And whereas the unwavering commitment of our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and Coast Guardsmen has preserved our freedoms and saved millions around the world from tyranny. And whereas, in recognition of their service to our country, the town of Signal Mountain wishes to especially honor and thank the following: U.S. Armed Forces veterans Jane Phipps and Mike Williams of the Police Department. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Claude Clemens, Louis Thatcher, Adam Johnson, and Stacy Seals of the Fire Department. you go. Thank you. Let's see. They probably were in order, but there you go. Thank you. And Thomas R. Post of the Public Works Department. All right, I'll have these, I'll hand these to Boyd and he can provide them to the folks who weren't able to make it tonight. So thank you all very much for your service to our country. We definitely owe you a debt of gratitude. Okay, the
You got another.
oh, sorry. Now therefore, sorry. Now therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Signal Mountain, Tennessee recognizes and especially honors those town employees who are veterans of the United States Armed Forces and urges all citizens to do the same. So again, thank you very much to all of you. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Do we need any discussion on this? All right. All in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay. Motion passes. Sorry, I'm just... Okay. Since we may have a big discussion on the next one, why don't we put the last resolution first or second? Then we'll talk about the other one. So this is a resolution authorizing the award of contract to ABC Tree Service for tree removal in the amount of $14,150. All right. We need any discussion on this? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No? Okay. That motion passes. All right. Now, the next is going to be a resolution authorizing the appointment of an interim town manager. We did not really discuss how this would be done. We had three great candidates to choose from. I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to have a vote to like rank choice type voting. And then we'll see, if everybody picks one person as their top choice, then we don't have to vote again. But if they don't, we can then vote on the next remaining two. Or do y'all have any other ideas? We didn't talk about how to do this.
I talked about doing possibly a hybrid piece where we utilize a town employee and then bring in someone as a consultant as a support. But I know that after speaking, there's some questions about cost. Oh, can you hear me? Sorry. Now, can you hear me? I talked about doing a hybrid piece where we have a town employee and then have someone come in and consult a couple days as support. But I don't know. I don't know what you guys think about that.
Does anybody have any comments about doing something like a hybrid?
I had kind of looked at it. I think it's definitely a tool that can be used in management and particularly in interim, but I didn't see a situation even like in a private industry or municipality where like people were in the same situation we are that would then use a hybrid. It is a costly type of setup, but also, it was used in a Tennessee municipality recently, but that was a situation where their town manager was only on leave and was coming back sort of thing, and they didn't have somebody internally that wanted to address council. So that's kind of why they used it. But looking at our situation where we have candidates with many, many years experience, I don't think that we're sitting in that same situation. So I don't think that we would need to do a hybrid.
Yeah.
I asked Hannah about this and put a lot of thought to it, seeing that there would be some benefit, but the more I thought about it, I just, for me, yeah, I wasn't aware of the other municipality and see how that situation works, but it becomes very difficult, I think, for employees to know who's in charge, who to come to, and it's difficult to work those things out, especially in a short period of time. We're talking about 2-3 months.
Yeah.
That kind of thing worried me about it, and why I kind of shied away from that model.
Based off the timetable. If it were gonna be a 6-month situation, then maybe you could really get a return on your investment, kind of a good continuity there, but, I think we're probably looking at a couple of months, so. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm more in favor of just selecting one of the. So, that's kind of my thought.
Okay. I like the outside the box thinking. It doesn't appear that this is the kind of special circumstance, I guess, where that would be more helpful than just having one person. So we'll just go ahead and appoint one person tonight. But thank you for that thought. So does anybody else have any other ideas other than, how we're going to vote on this? Okay.
No.
All right. So now the way we're going to do this, I propose just, ranking your top 3, and I guess the lowest 2 totals would be the ones that we then vote on, or something like that, or and if everybody picks, one person as their number 1 choice, then that person would be, we wouldn't have to have another vote. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yep. So if everybody could just write 1, 2, 3, and like I said, the lowest, your
Can I
top
give you
choice
this?
would be 1.
Oh, look at that.
Right, your top choice would be 1, your second choice would be 2, and your third choice would be 3, and
Can I have a piece of paper?
yes.
Thank you.
Good, they go without saying, but put your name on the sheets because they'll have to be kept for the record.
Okay.
Thank you.
And the date, maybe the date too. Just.
I'll give it to you.
No, we'll pass along to maybe Harry, I guess, can tabulate the votes.
Well, he's tabulating. Can I just say, what a blessing it is to have such great candidates in all 3, and what a curse it is to have such great candidates with all 3, because it's such a difficult decision, and there's nobody on that list that could not be successful. So
Yeah.
thank you to you all that did that and were willing to step up. Really tough.
I couldn't have said that any better.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that was not easy.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you for you two putting your name in. You guys have great resumes, and we appreciate what you do. I guess the next step is we'll be in contact with Mr. Moore and see if we can work out the details for the arrangement, and then determine when he can start. All right, do we need any other discussion about this?
He did confirm to me, I don't know if we talked about this before, but he does not have any interest in applying permanently for this position. He strictly wants to serve on an interim basis.
And he's got the interim experience, like not only does he have the municipal management experience over years,
Yes.
but he's been an interim where he's come in and out
Yeah,
several times. So, yeah, I really appreciate that, so.
I wouldn't want our internal people not to apply because of tonight's vote.
Yeah,
I mean, don't not apply for the permanent position. I mean, I would want you all to
mhm,
not feel that that's some kind of judgment.
yeah.
Um,
So do we need a motion on this?
You know, we probably do. In fact, I got a resolution, so never
Okay.
mind.
Go ahead, you can read the resolution.
We have.
I will say, I don't know how much time we have. I forget what the deadline for the applications is, but we still have plenty of time for
Yeah.
that. Okay. Any other comments before I read the resolution? All right, this is a resolution authorizing Mitchell Moore to serve as interim town manager up to and until such time as a new town manager is appointed and begins employment pursuant to Article 5 of the town charter following the retirement of Boyd Veal effective December 3rd, 2021. We have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second?
All right. Any discussion needed? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? No. Okay. We don't have any ordinances. So
Mayor,
yes, sir.
if I might, before we move on, I would suspect you would need to designate either a council member or someone to handle the conversation with Mr. Moore, so that they would have the authority to proceed with that process.
Okay. That's a good idea. Thank you. Anyone want to volunteer? Be happy to do it if you want me to, or
I think the mayor would be a great
Probably makes the most
person.
sense.
I'm glad to. I'm glad to do it. So I'll reach out to him, and then I think I'll ask Harry to also participate in that discussion. And again, guys, Chief Mitchell and Sam, I just want to say I really enjoyed getting to know you a little more, to look at your resume and talking to you on the phone. Found out that Chief Mitchell, having grown up in Illinois, and he should be a Bears fan, is actually a Packers fan, which made for a tough upbringing when he was a kid. So, but no, it was a pleasure, talking to you guys, and
Yeah.
you guys are have star resumes, great resumes. So
Yeah,
thank you.
We're really lucky.
very. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll reach out to Mr. Moore, talk to Harry about that too. All right. Next, we have a discussion, WWTA representative for Signal Mountain. I guess that's to
That
appoint someone.
has been me.
Yeah.
And this would be another, unless someone on council wanted to fill that position. It doesn't necessarily have to be an employee. We actually have a representative from East Ridge that's no longer employed there, is still serving. And to the extent I'm able and you would need, I'd be happy to do that. If it would be that you would expect the next town manager to fill that position, doesn't seem like it would make sense to have a couple different people in that role, so I'd be happy to do it until then. Just wanted to bring it up, get it on your radar so you could begin discussions on how you would like to handle that.
Thank you for bringing that up. It sounds like a good idea if you're willing to have you continue to do that, so that then when the new town manager is hired, that person can then decide, do I want to continue, do I want to take that over? If not, we can find someone else to do it in a more permanent role. I agree with you. Changing from you to somebody else, then from somebody else to another person might not make a lot of sense.
No.
No.
Is it, I guess, what are the other practices in other towns? Is it almost always the town manager that serves in that role?
Largely, there are other municipalities that have different forms of government. So
Yeah.
it's not always the case. Sometimes it is a board member. It really varies, but generally in the smaller municipalities that are members, it would be either the town manager or a member of their board, whatever that happens to be. Generally the rule. Again, the one of the exceptions to that was East Ridge, longstanding employee that was the assistant town manager and interim town manager at times, and was involved in public works, and so he's been a board member for some time and continues in that role, even though he's no longer with East Ridge. So there's no way to say exactly how it's supposed to work, but it's a representative of the municipality, but doesn't necessarily have to be a active member of the government.
Yeah, I feel like Dick G was the representative at one
He
point
was.
when he was the
And-
town council.
And Bill Lutz.
I think Bill did as well. Dick is now the chair,
Mhm.
and is a county appointee.
Yeah.
So his position evolved when he left Signal Mountain. He was appointed as a county representative and is now the chair.
If you want to be the representative or feel like somebody on the town council should be,
I was
It's-
thinking a whole nother route, which was not that she's willing, but Loretta.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
I swear I did not know that.
Nobody put that thought in my head, but
well, I will say this. I mean, this is obviously, something that we can discuss, if necessary we don't have to make a decision now to
Mhm.
appoint a permanent replacement. So maybe if Loretta's interested, having been,
How about if you want to do that?
yeah. I mean, if you're interested in that, maybe, think about it. Maybe you already have, but, you can think about it a little bit, and then you can talk to Boyd about what it entails, and then we can talk about it at our next meeting. So, anybody else have any thoughts on it?
That sounds good.
Okay.
Just kind of see where we go.
All right. All right, thanks for bringing that up, Boyd. Now we have the manager's report.
Really don't have anything beyond the transition. We've been working hard to make sure that in the coming weeks, important tasks are handled. Everybody's stepping up to help us in that regard. One thing that we do have coming down the pike that I at least wanted to let you guys know about, there's been a proposal for a change order on the library renovation or the addition. They've decided they're in the process of deciding to put hardwood in instead of carpet in the addition. It's going to be fairly significant additional cost. The Library Foundation, as I understand it at this point, is on board with funding. And Sam's working on getting the actual change order proposal from the contractor, and the library board will consider that, but we expect that that'll be recommended. So as it is a town contract, it will come through you guys, but it is something that we anticipate will be funded as well. So